Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365. I trust that you are doing well, loving yourself and everyone around you. Today, I'd like to come to you with some words of inspiration and some words of encouragement. And I received a download, and Spirit put it on my heart as usual to share this message because there's someone who needs to hear this, even if it's one person. But I don't believe in coincidences. Things happen for a reason. It just is what it is. And so I like to take action when I receive the nudge. And this message is just to be clear and understand that, we live in a world where there are people who want you to get up and do their thing. Each and every day, they want you to get up and do their thing. They want you to do what they're doing, feel how they feel, experience what they experience. For example, you may know someone, maybe they've suffered in their lives, and instead of them wanting to, excuse the chapped lips, but I'm going to get this message across anyway. Instead of them wanting to see someone happy and successful and living a fruitful life, or they would say, I've heard people say many times, well, I had a rough time. He can handle it, she can handle it. I had it rough, so they're going to have it rough, Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, Those are feelings of someone who is unhealed. Someone who is evidently still carrying the burden, of whatever trauma that they experience. They're not doing the work on themselves. But it takes a special kind of person, to feel that just because they have experienced harsh treatment, abuse, misfortune, any kind of hardship throughout life, whether it's through your childhood, teenagehood, adulthood, last week, yesterday. But it takes a really special person to assume that because you go through something, your life is supposed to be similar to the next person's, vice versa. We all are different here on the planet Earth. No two humans are alike. I say this all the time, And so our lives are different, and it's supposed to be different. We're supposed to experience different things, We're supposed to look different. We're supposed to have different feelings and emotions. We're supposed to have different interests, We're not supposed to imitate and duplicate each other's lives, Everyone is not going across the street at 3:30. There may be some people that's going to cross the street at 12 noon or maybe at 11 a.m. Just using that for an example. So it's quite foolish, and it takes a special kind of person, once again, to feel and assume that everyone's life is going to be the same and identical as the next person's. It's just not natural. It just doesn't make sense. It's just not natural, and it just doesn't make sense. But so I'm giving this message to remind you that if you're someone who is very goal-oriented, very driven, very passionate about who you are, trust and know that you have to work on your confidence on a consistent basis. You have to stand firm on who you are and never waver. And don't allow people, places, and things, especially outside of you, to waver your opinion or the direction you choose to live your life, People will always have something negative to say, that's their job, Some people are put in positions just to, spray some Haterade, or just to be a petty labelle, or they're just miserable, unhappy. There's a lot of unhealed, people roaming amongst each other each and every day. And there's nothing we can do about that. We can only control ourselves. We can't control others. And so the best thing you can do, is control how you react to situations. And as I always say, nobody wants it more than you. Nobody wants the best for you more than you. So you have to have that unwavering faith and tenacity, and be very stable within yourself, and don't allow people or their opinions or their judgment, or when they try to pick at you or whatever, just pay it no attention. Me, myself, when I come across infantile behavior, it doesn't affect me at all. I look at it as someone that has some issues, they have some unresolved issues going on, and they're looking for attention. And so it's kind of like the teacher on Charlie Brown. So when I come across foolishness, infantile behavior, or goofy, I just hear wah, 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 wah. And for some reason, and I'm grateful, my spirit won't let me engage with it. It just tells me to push on, move forward. There's nothing there, they're non-playable characters. So be mindful of this, There will be people who may not be supportive. Maybe they may try to isolate you. Maybe you mirror something within them that they are not ready to tackle or deal with. And so rather than them focus on themselves, as I did a video on this, I think a week ago, it's like they're trying to delay the idea of them working on themselves. And so people will constantly project onto each other. And once again, that's out of our control as well, but it's part of the duality. And so you have to embrace this. And the more you work on self-elevation, self-awareness, and your confidence, you will look at these things like fruit flies. When you see a net, you're not going to chase it all day long. I mean, now you may swing your hand at it if it's over your food, like get away from here, but you're not going to spend your whole day trying to chase a fruit fly or a net. You just recognize it is what it is. It's flying around. It wants some of this food or these bananas or whatever. Or I don't know. I have a lot of plants. When I water my plants, I see the nets and stuff. And I just say it is what it is. There's moisture around here. I'm watering the plants, and I have a lot of plants collectors. So they're just flying around. They want some of this plant life. But either way, you have to just stand strong. That's the message. That's the objective of this message today. Everybody wants you to get up and do their thing. Everybody wants you to feel what they feel, experience what they experience. As they say, hurt people hurt people. If you don't take the time to love thyself and release the resentment and the anger and stop being jealous of people and envying people, stop sitting around wishing negative on people, because, what's destined to be is destined to be. No one can stop anyone's evolution, and even me, I can't stop anyone from being great or being successful. If it's your time to shine, it's your time to shine. If it's your time to be happy, it's your time to be happy. If it's your time to get married, start that new job, be rich, wealthy, buy that mansion, etc., etc., it's your time. If it's your time to lose 100 pounds, you're going to lose that 100 pounds. There's not a action from a human or a comment. There's nothing, a plot, a plan, a strategic, nothing that can stop a person from meeting their fated destiny. Now, if you're working on yourself and you're putting your best foot forward, the universe will meet you halfway and you will land on your feet in one shape, form, or fashion. As I always say, everyone is entitled to happiness. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's a little smidget of happiness. We all are entitled to this. So, yes, this message was on my heart, and the Spirit told me to convey it, with my ashy chapped lips. But I said, let me convey this message, I hope you all are doing well, but stay encouraged, Don't allow people to discourage you. That's why they say keep your plans to yourself, because people are so quick and swift to try to tear down. I'll take, for example, getting to know someone, whether it's on a date, whether it's a new friend, you're exchanging conversation with each other, you're getting to know each other. Everything you tell that person, you have to be mindful. Everything you share with that person, you have to be mindful. Because in the future, they can use it against you if it's something you don't want shared with anyone else, or they can add to it and put some lies on it and twist it up. Because people, as I said earlier in a few readings that I was doing, one moment they admire you, the next moment they envying you, they're jealous of you, they're giving you the evil eye, they're angry because you're not where they wanted you to be. Now that is pretty deep, isn't it? There are people going around angry and upset because you are not where they wanted you to be. Not where the divine wanted you to be, not where you wanted to be. They are angry and jealous and envious because you are not where they, collective, wanted you to be. Now that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. To even as precious as the gift of life is, it's a wonderful time to be alive, and I am so grateful, and I scream it from the top of my lungs every day, okay? But there are so many other things we can give our attention to, but it takes a special person to really engage and focus on someone else's life and hope the worst for them. No one has control. You are the captain of your ship. You are the pilot of the airplane. You are the driver in this vehicle. This human body, this avatar that we reside in here on the planet Earth. And no two humans are alike. No one can take away from you what is for you. They may attempt, but their weapons will never prosper. So stand on this, work on this, watch this video a couple of times. Share this conversation with someone you care about, especially the young adults, the teenagers. If you have teenagers in your home, the children, the impressionable, sponge-absorbing children, if you have them in your home. share this message. It's very important. It's that important. I keep licking my lips and didn't get no lip gloss. It's that important, collective, and I do not care about judgment or what somebody say. I love all of me any freaking way. So this concludes my message, and just keep that in mind. You know, sad to say, everybody wants you to be doing what they are doing. Everybody wants you to feel how they feel. Everybody wants you to go through what they went through. Instead of wanting to break that chain, instead of wanting to break that cycle or that generational curse and change things, you know. Being happy for others, you know, truly, wholeheartedly, my lashes are stuck together, and wanting to see people win. You know, spirit knows. You can't pretend. You know, source knows when you're really, truly, and genuinely happy for someone, and when you're not. So there's no pretending. It'll show. You know, it will reflect in your life. You know, when things go a certain way, you're wondering why, because spirit knows. You know, you can't hide those evil thoughts you have in the back of your head about people. You know, somebody might walk out and they have on a fitted dress, and this person's real curvy and they're getting attention and you're mad about it. I'm using that for example because it happens. And you have those thoughts in the back of your mind. You know, you're staring at your man and she don't want your man. You don't even want your man. But you're passing all this judgment on this person because they have a nice physique. And you don't want them around because you feel intimidated. Because that right there is healing that needs to take place. That is issues that are unresolved within yourself. So I will go on and on. So I'm going to close this video out. So that is my message. You know, nobody wants it more than you. Everybody wants you to be doing what they are doing. You know, that's why people keep their plans to themselves. You know, when you talk about progress and success, nobody really wants to see anybody be successful. People will smile and pretend, but deep down inside, especially if they don't have anything going on, because you're reflecting things within them. You don't even have to say anything to them. Just the idea of them knowing you in any kind of way, and you're not doing what they're doing, it creates a lot of tension and a lot of resentment within themselves. Okay? So stay strong and keep your vibe up, you know, and most of all, make your next move your best move and move in silence. Ashe.